Hi, this is Jack Wellman with the First Church's Building and Grounds Committee. The committee has prepared this presentation for its members to provide them the information supporting the discussion and decisions to be made regarding the motion for new front yard signs, which will be on the warrant for the mid-year congregational meeting scheduled for late January 2023. So what's our current situation? We have one sign in our front yard that has the church's name and our denomination on it, and that's the black wooden sign that's located at the corner of Center and Elliott Streets, mounted in front of a yew tree. And as you can see in the photo, originally it was mounted on a wooden post, which apparently deteriorated, and the sign was remounted on metal posts. But how effective is that sign? Well, if you move back across the street in front of the AAA Appliance Center and look at the sign, first of all, you can hardly see it. Secondly, its dark color blends in with the yew tree, so it doesn't stand out. So if you actually walk across the street to the monument and look back at the church's front yard, you can barely see the current sign tucked in underneath the yew tree to the right of the photograph. And you can also see the red sign that was associated with the Mass Historical Commission's grant. And to the left, you can see the wayside pulpit signs. Those three signs are the only signs that are in our front yard at the current time. Obviously, where we are today is that the current exterior sign in the church's front yard does not effectively identify our congregation and our denomination. In view of the fact that the church is trying to become a more present and acknowledged member of the Jamaica Plain community, especially in the Monument Square Historic District, it's critical that we proudly let everybody know who we are. Therefore, the Building and Grounds Committee came to a decision in late 2021 that we can't delay this discussion any longer, and that the congregation deserves a proposal for a new exterior front yard sign. So in October 2021, we organized a signage task force to look at front yard signage options, including design, specifications of materials, and where can a sign be located. Well, with much thanks to Nancy Agnew, whose personal efforts and financial support of this task force, we were able to contract with Sign Effects of Billerica that would assist us in exploring the material options, design requirements, etc., using their expertise. As a result of this process, the Building and Grounds Committee has decided on the materials to make the sign out of, the wording that should be on the sign, and the font for the lettering. And we're going to use that decision set in all the options that are being presented at the congregational meeting. So here are the decisions that were made by the Building and Grounds Committee that apply to all the options being presented today. The sign would actually have an upper sign and a bottom sign. The upper sign will be made of high-density urethane with aluminum frame surrounding it, and will be mounted on two custom aluminum posts. The bottom sign would feature double-faced insert that will be positioned to show the minister's name and the current worship time, either 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. depending upon the time of the year. The upper sign will be 4 foot wide and 5 feet high and be 3 inches deep, with a raised UUA logo and edge molding. The words on the sign will be engraved to give it some visual depth. The bottom sign will be a 4 foot by 12 inches high, about 1.5 inches deep. It'll have an inner aluminum frame that'll hold a double-faced aluminum insert. The bottom sign will also have a back panel on it so that the reverse side of the double-faced insert will be hidden from view if you're behind the sign. The post will be 6-inch aluminum post. They'll have an acrylic polyurethane molding and caps around the post to create the distinctive shape that you'll see in our presentation. The post frame surrounds and the backs of both signs will be painted satin black. And all signs will be painted with automotive grade paint, with the exception that the darker sign will have 23 karat gold leaf logo and lettering. With those decisions, we're offering the members of the congregation to make a choice of the shape of the signs and the colors of the signs. Therefore, we're offering two shapes for the church to consider. One shape reflects the classic peaked roof that's similar to the sanctuary's roof line, and the other shape reflects the Gothic windows that are included in the church's tower. We're using the building as the source of the design inspirations. As far as colors, we're offering you two color choices. One color recommendation is a light gray background with black lettering. And the second option is a deep red background with gold lettering and a border. So what is going to be shown to you is, using the color options being selected, we'll show you what the signs would look like with both shapes being presented to you with the same color combination in both signs. Here is the light gray and black letters with the two sign shapes. The left shape is the peaked roof. The right is obviously the Gothic windows. And you can see the bottom sign in this case has a 10 o'clock time frame for summer. The back side of that insert would show the same bottom sign except showing 11 o'clock as a Sunday service time. The second color option with both shapes is the dark red and gold letter choice. You can see the shapes are the same as we discussed earlier with the new color combination. So the last options that we need to have the congregation select from are, where would the new sign be located? So the committee is recommending three options for you to consider. One is to remove the old sign to the right in the corner of Elliott and Center Street and put the new sign in that same location. Or put the new sign to the right of the perennial garden in the location that's actually on the opposite side of the perennial garden from the wayside pulpit sign. The third option would be to put the new sign where the wayside pulpit sign is located and relocate the wayside pulpit sign to the corner of Center and Elliott Streets, so it's still available for the public to see. To help you visualize this slide shows the photo from the front of the church with the three locations being noted. Location 1 being where the old sign is. Location 2 is essentially to the right of the perennial gardens. Location 3 is to replace the wayside pulpit sign with a new sign and move the wayside pulpit sign to where the current sign is located in the corner of Center and Elliott. So you may be asking, what about the Massachusetts Historical Commission? And yes, they do have, with their deed restriction, authority regarding approval of permanent exterior signage. So we did submit the sign designs, colors, location possibilities on October of 2022 to the Commission in accordance with the agreement we have. And 2 days later, they responded back approving all the choices and options we presented. So therefore, what we're discussing in this presentation has been approved by the Mass Historical Commission. So what is the cost going to be? Well, the light gray option, either shape, doesn't matter. The cost of the new sign, including removal of the current sign, installation of a new sign, is $9,500. The allowance for landscaping and lighting to allow us to light the sign during the early evening hours is $1,000. Total cost would be $10,500. If you choose the red option, the dark red option, either shape, the cost is $800 more, which basically reflects the increased cost associated with the use of gold leaf. So you'll have a motion to consider the vote to authorize the Building and Grounds Committee to purchase and install a new front yard sign. The expenditure will be funded by the Memorial Fund's Reserve Fund, approximately $5,000, with any balance supplemented by the balance fund. If you support the motion, it must also select and give guidance to the Building and Grounds Committee as follows. 1. Which shape would the sign be? Either peaked or Gothic shape. Which color would the sign be? It'd either be a light gray black combination or dark red and gold letter combination. Thirdly, which location should the new sign be located in? Should it go in location 1, 2, or 3? 1 being current location of the current sign, location 2 to the right of the perennial gardens, location 3 where the wayside pulpit sign is located. Obviously, if you're choosing location 2, which is the right of the perennial gardens, we'd like to have a decision by the congregation on removal and disposing of the old sign, because continued use of that sign is going to require us to spend funds on restoring it, which it badly needs. So if there's any questions regarding this motion and the proposal, you're invited to reach out to one of the members of the Building and Grounds Committee, which will try to find the information you're requesting. We thank you for your time and consideration of the options we presented, and we thank you for the discussion and decisions to be made in January.